Hello folks, welcome to the channel. If you encounter blue screen of death error on Windows, then watch this video. Now the first thing we need to do is to disconnect the external peripheral devices. That includes your scanner, your printer, your mouse, whatever is plugged into the USB. Now the reason I say this is because when you plug in these devices install their own drivers into the computer to better communicate with the computer, and these drivers cause conflict with the drivers that are already installed on your computer. So what we need to do is, once we disconnect the devices, we will reconnect them back one by one. So we'll reconnect, say for example, the mouse using a dongle or the cable, and then we will go to device manager, and if you are using a Bluetooth mouse, then you go to the Bluetooth and then right click on MediaTek Bluetooth adapter and click on uninstall device, uninstall, and then you need to click on Bluetooth. Once this is uninstalled, it will not show. You need to click on Bluetooth and then go to action and then click on scan for hardware changes, and it should reinstall the adapter. Now it's for, if it's for your mouse which you're plugging in using a cable, then you can uninstall the mouse, right? And then you can click on mice and other pointing devices, go to action, and then click on scan for hardware changes. And that should reinstall your driver for the device that you're plugged in. Do this for all the devices that you're plugged in. The next thing you can do is update Windows. So right click on the start button, go to settings, and then go to Windows Update, check for updates, and then advanced options, optional updates, and also update and install any driver uh, device drivers here. The next thing we need to do is run a SFC scan. So we will go for command prompt, right click, run as administrator, and then we will type the command sfc space slash scannow and press enter. I'm not pressing enter, folks, because it will take some time for the scan to run, and I want to keep this video short for your convenience. Then another thing we can do is we can run a DISM scan. So for the DISM scan, you can copy this command. You will find it in the description of the video, and you will paste it here and press enter. Now I'm not running this again because this takes quite some time, but I'll tell you this, that the SFC scan does an offline scan, while as the DISM scan does an online scan, which means that it will compare your system files with those from the Windows server. So this does a partly better job, but I suggest you run both the scans. The next thing we need to do is to run the check disk scan. So we will enter the command chk dsk space slash f space slash r and press enter. Now we will press Y and we will press enter. Now the next thing we need to do is run a malware scan. So for that, what we need to do is we will look for virus and protection settings, and here I have AVG antivirus installed. It is not really necessary. The Windows antivirus and anti-malware system is quite robust and it should do the work. But if you're using a third-party app, then you need to open the app here and you need to run smart scan. If you're using the default Microsoft virus and threat protection, then you can go to scan options, you can go to full scan, and you can click on scan. Then the next thing we'll do is run the hardware and devices troubleshooter. For that, we need to press the Windows and the R key together, and we will enter the command msdt.exe space -id space device diagnostic and press enter. And then we will click on next, and it will run the scan and repair any hardware or device issues that we have. Another thing we have to do is run the memory diagnostic check. So for that, the line is MDSCHED, right? And we'll click OK and click on restart now and check for problems. So this will shut down your computer and scan your computer's RAM and then fix any problems with it and start over again. The next thing we can do is to uninstall recently installed programs. So for that, we'll right click on the start button, go to settings, and then we'll go to apps. In apps, we'll look for installed apps, and in installed apps, we will look for those apps. Now we'll sort it by date installed. Let us sort it by date installed. And then in those apps, we can see from which date our computer has been crashing. Say, for example, my computer was crashing after the 10th of this, after the 9th of September. So after the 9th of September, I installed these 4 programs, right? Now, if my computer starts crashing after a particular date, I know that one of these programs is responsible for it to crash again repeatedly. So I can click on it, click on uninstall, and click on uninstall again. And one by one, we can see, uninstall the programs and see which one is the one creating a problem. And then we need to just reinstall them and the problem should be fixed. Now, normally this solution should work for most of the users, but if if your computer is still crashing, then you need to do a cloud reset. So for that, you need to right click on the start button, go to settings, then go to system, look for recovery, then click on reset PC, then click on remove everything. So make sure that you back up your personal data before you remove your personal files, because it will delete everything and create a clean copy of Windows on your system at the next start. So remove everything, click on cloud download, click on next, and it should install a fresh copy of Windows on your system. If this video helped you, then please subscribe to the channel. Enjoy your day.